So before we jump into today's video on Genshin Impact, I do want to go ahead and preface this by stating that I did go ahead and apply for the content creator program, and within just a few hours, I actually got accepted. Now, this isn't going to influence anything that I produce on Genshin Impact, but essentially what it does do is it guarantees me access into the upcoming final beta test. So do note that I am going to have a dedicated video up on the final closed beta. I might actually have multiple videos up on the closed beta, and both MRSSTIX and I are going to be live streaming Genshin Impact over on Twitch. So if you want to go ahead and you want to see how Genshin Impact plays from, like two of your favorite content creators, at least, pertaining to the MMO scene, then follow us on Twitch at twitch.tv/MMObyte. Otherwise, I am here today to talk about the final closed beta, the content creator program, and a couple other things. So let's go ahead and start this off. This is from their official forums. Hello travelers, greetings from Caroline. While we prepare for the final closed beta of Genshin Impact, Caroline thinks it's the perfect time to reinitiate the content creator program. Those selected can bring your own content to all of the Genshin Impact players out there, and in return, win the much coveted final beta access. PS, registration is still open for the final closed beta of Genshin Impact. Please stay tuned to our official channels for the latest news. Which, real quick, speaking of, I actually have a closed beta registration guide up over on the MMObyte.tv website. You should, by now, have this website bookmarked. I have a ton of useful information on there. Guides on how to set up games like Lost Ark, Moonlight Blade, registration guides for Blue Protocol, Genshin Impact. The registration itself is really simple. There are only, I think, like 4 or 5 different steps you need to complete. If you haven't already, then go ahead and click that link in the description and the pinned comment. It'll take you right to the closed beta registration guide that is, once again, on the website. Here are the content creator perks. Final closed beta access to the chosen one. Yes, I am officially now the chosen one. In-game benefits as well as official merchant. I never saw that I could actually obtain official merchandise for being a content creator. That is really cool. Well, you know what? If they actually go ahead and they send out merch for us, like free merch, MRSSTIX and I will hold a giveaway over on Twitch, and we'll give away everything. Unless, there's like something really cool that she wants to keep, in which case, rip you guys. And apparently we get the content creator role on the official forum and Discord. There are various different content creator types. You can be an artist who produces high quality illustrations and fan art. You can be a writer or an editor that composes or edits game guides in the wiki. You can take screenshots of related media. You can, indie game developer, create and develop mini games. I don't really know what that really means. You could be a streamer and, stream the game. Although I do know that those with previous experience is preferred. So I guess if you're new to streaming, they might go ahead and deny you access. And if you're a video editor or a YouTuber, they want you to create videos such as MAD and short videos. I don't know what MAD is or MAD is. They want you to make a walkthrough or game guide type of videos. Content creators experienced in guides and tips and tricks videos on the PS4 preferred. I have never recorded anything on the PS4. This is all going to be done on the PC for MRSSTIX and I, but they were more than happy with that apparently. They do say that they'd like you to attach previous work in your application to show the kind of content you've created in the past. Now, if you want to apply, all you have to do is go ahead and submit your application to the Genshin Impact email. You have to include the following information, and yes, you do need to have at least some form of portfolio. I went ahead and I told them about the Genshin Impact videos I've done in the past, and real quickly, let's see. As you can tell, 100k views, almost 100k views, 210k views, 100k views, 75, 30. There are a lot of very highly viewed Genshin Impact videos that I've done on the channel. So, they were more than happy providing me access. But, once again, do note that you do need to have some experience in the genre. And then they have a little disclaimer at the bottom stating, those chosen are obligated to create content related to Genshin Impact for the category that they are an expert in, and we will provide continuous official support. There is a limit in number for each type of content creator we're looking for, so please do not hesitate to apply. So again, there is a very limited amount of applications that will end up being approved. So they are probably going to reject the smaller content creators in preference of the larger content creators, but don't let that dissuade you from actually applying, because who knows, there might not be many larger content creators that end up applying overall. Content creators from the previous beta are not automatically chosen. If you wish to participate this time and retain your content creator role, go ahead and once again email the official Genshin Impact email and attach the works you created during the previous beta. Due to the amount of emails received, we will respond within 3 working days. Thanks for your understanding. And honestly, they responded within a couple hours to my email. I wanted to go ahead and include it, but they actually do mention at the top of the email that you cannot disclose any contents of the email. Therefore, I've opted to not, unfortunately, but you guys will just have to take my word for it and wait until the closed beta starts. Now, regarding the closed beta, they actually have an official FAQ for it over on the official Genshin Impact website. Travelers, the registration for Genshin Impact's final closed beta is now officially open. If you have any questions concerning this beta test round, please read this FAQ to learn more. This FAQ will be updated weekly. If you have any other inquiries, please go ahead and contact us at the official Genshin Impact email. How can I take part in Genshin Impact's final closed beta? Travelers can complete the registration form on our official website in order to register for the beta test. Once again, that is explained over on this guide on the website. Please note that applying does not guarantee that you will gain access to the final closed beta. We suggest that you use the latest versions of Chrome, Firefox, or Safari browsers to fill the form in. I've already filled out the registration form from the previous beta test round. Do I have to fill it up again in order to register? Yes, you do. The objectives of the final closed beta are not the same as that of previous rounds. As such, travelers who have registered for previous rounds of beta testing will still have to fill out their registration form in order to have a chance to gain access. It will not take any longer than 2 minutes, we promise. So yeah, if you had access to a previous closed beta, I think there were 2, maybe 3 held over the course of the last year, then you are once again going to have to reapply, because that does not mean you're going to have access carried on over from the previous beta tests. How will I know if I have successfully registered? When you have finished the form, you will receive a notice on the webpage stating that registration form submitted. This notice indicates that you have registered successfully. How are the participants selected? There are many factors that will be considered, including but not limited to time of registration, which is very unusual actually, completeness of registration information, truthfulness of registration information. I don't know how they're going to gauge whether you're telling the truth or whether you're lying, but I mean, apparently they possess some kind of online lie detector, system specifications, and a little luck. Other than this, we are also inviting passionate community contributors and some media journalists to participate in the final closed beta in order to better share Genshin Impact's game content. And what they mean by this is that they are inviting content creators and other news outlets to go ahead and jump in game to spread awareness for the game, so when it ultimately launches, they have more players. And you know what? That's perfectly fine, because I'm excited to play the game. I'm excited to get in the closed beta, and it is going to be a ton of fun. I think. I hope. Maybe. Maybe not. I guess we'll find out soon. Other than registering via the form, are there any other ways to gain beta test access? Aside from filling in the registration form, we're also handing out beta test access through occasional community activities on our official channels, the Facebook page, the YouTube channel, the official forums, and through the Discord community. How long will the final closed beta test last? And this is actually very important, because a lot of people have been asking me this since my last video. Genshin Impact's final closed beta will be open soon, and its duration will be decided based on player progress. So that means that if the players get to a point that they want to test and they accumulate enough information, then the beta test could be done in a week, maybe 2 weeks. But if it takes players a lot longer to reach the content that they want to gather information on, then it could take 3 weeks, 4 weeks, maybe even 6 weeks. They have absolutely no idea right now. How will I know if I have gained beta test access? That's a very good question, because they responded to my email directly, so I actually have absolutely no idea. I just know that I have confirmed access. We will contact players who have been invited to take part via email approximately a week before the beta test opens. Please apply as soon as possible, travelers, and wait patiently for an email from miHoYo.com. In order to prevent the invitation email from ending up in your junk or spam folder, please add the sender of the verification email you received after linking an email address to your miHoYo account to your contacts if you receive such an email. Additionally, Additionally, please mark that email as not spam. This is just, you know, pretty traditional instructions on how to not have your email, your invitation email marked as spam. Do note that the Genshin Impact community team will not ask you for any private personal information. Do not believe any rumors from third parties which may result in you being cheated or scammed. Will my data be deleted after the final closed beta? Yes, your characters and all game progress will be deleted at the end of this closed beta. And that is another important question, because a lot of people, once again, have been asking me if the closed beta test is going to carry over that data, that information over to the official launch, the live version of the game later this year. What languages are going to be included in the final closed beta? Actually, I read that completely wrong, but it made sense in my head. And what it actually says is, what languages will the final closed beta support? At present, we support 10 different languages, including simplified Chinese, traditional Chinese, English, Korean, Japanese, Spanish, French, Russian, Vietnamese, and Thai. And you know what? Thankfully, I can both read and speak all 10 of those languages, so this is great news for me. Okay, maybe I can't. I can at least read and understand English, a little bit of Japanese due to all the anime I watch, or at least I like to feel like I can understand a lot of Japanese. What voiceover languages will the final closed beta support? At present, we plan to support in-game voiceover in 4 different languages: Chinese, Japanese, Korean, and English. Japanese voiceover is presently being worked on. As such, some dialogue sections may not have Japanese voiceovers and will not present the final product. Thank you for understanding, travelers. And one of the most common, most important questions asked by so many people in every single Genshin Impact video I have ever done are, what are the system requirements and what platforms is the game going to release onto? And here we are. This closed beta test supports mobile platforms such as Android and iOS, PC, and the PlayStation platform. If the recommended system requirements change, we will inform all travelers via our official channels. That means that the game is not going to be launching onto the Switch, at least it doesn't have a confirmed Switch release right now, and will definitely not be launching onto any of the Xbox consoles. The recommended system requirements are as follows. For mobile platforms, an Android, any model with a Snapdragon, blah, 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 you guys can just read through that there, and an iPhone 8 Plus, X, XR, XS, X, you know, like there you go, there's a bunch of the iOS models that are going to be supported, and here are the PC specs, or at least a very basic listing of the PC specs. PlayStation 4, PlayStation 4 Pro. Please note that as this test features a developmental version of the game, system requirements are still being optimized. As such, it does not represent the state of Genshin Impact's recommended system requirements at its official launch. So what this means is that there may be additional improvements made to the game, alterations made to the game that may increase the requirements from your system or decrease the requirements for your system. Who knows? And then, will the final closed beta have any monetized features? This closed beta test will not test any monetized content or features. This means that essentially they're going to go ahead and release the game, which does have like a cash shop and other microtransactions, but they're not really going to feature those in this beta test. They're, I guess, going to go ahead and wait for the game to actually go live before implementing those. That way, if people are upset with it from the closed beta, no one's gonna know. But you know what? At the same time, I feel like this is, going to be more or less an offline or a cooperative RPG. It's not going to be an MMO, so you're not really going to have to worry about like competitively playing against other players and having them vastly overpowered and ruining your game, unless you opt to let them into your game personally. And then, if I have been invited to take part in this test, may a streamer create any Genshin Impact related content? Yes, you're more than welcome to. There is no NDA in place, blah blah blah. Yeah, so, and there we have it. They did post another blog going and documenting various different inspiration they took for the environments in the game. And all of this does look really beautiful, like the environments, the scenery, the art. It is all incredibly impressive looking at the inspiration they took, looking at how they went about implementing these in game. Like this is really impressive. I cannot stress enough how cool all of this looks and how cool this game seems overall. Once again, if you guys want to go ahead and sign up for the final closed beta test, you're going to want to go ahead and go on over to the website to get instructions on how to apply, because you have, I think, a little over 2 weeks left before the closed beta registration ends, and then a couple weeks before the final closed beta actually launches and goes live. Now, I am incredibly excited to jump in and stream this on Twitch. I'm incredibly excited to be able to do a dedicated video for this on the channel, or several dedicated videos on the channel showcasing various different characters. I'm just really excited for the game overall and being able to play another cooperative RPG with MRSSTIX. Now, if you're excited for this, let me know down in the comments below. If you're a content creator, don't forget to email them directly and make sure to sell yourself, because that is probably more important than anything. But you know what? That is it for me. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to subscribe for more content like this, and I'll be seeing you all next time.
Peace.
Someday soon, I'm gonna make it. Yeah, all hard work's gonna be worth it. Ooh,